Today, let's create this weekly workout sheet in Canva. So from the Canva home screen, I'm going to go to custom size, and then I'm going to create a canvas with a width of 2480 and a height of 3508, which is an A4 dimensions canvas. Now I'm going to go to elements, and I'll go to shapes, and I'll click on a square, and then I'm going to go to position, and I'm going to give this a width of 1300 and a height of 100. Now I'll zoom in a bit, and I'm going to change the color of this to a red color, and then I'll go to the color wheel, and then I'll just bring that down a bit so it's a pinker sort of color. Now I'm going to duplicate this 4 more times and just bring them down this way, and then I'm going to put the first one here and then another one right underneath, just stack them together, and I'm going to do one more, so we've got 5 underneath. So this is the title one here. We're going to have a mixture of dark red and light red. So this next one we're going to have a lighter red, so I will go to the color here and I'll go to the color wheel and I'll make it lighter than the first one, so about here. And then we can take that, go to the 3 dots and click on copy style, and every other one is going to be that lighter color. Now I'm going to go to text, add a heading, and I'm going to keep it on Canva Sans for this, and I'll put it in capitals and I'll type in cardio. I'll make that smaller and place it in the middle of the title here. You can make it a little bit bigger if you want, just so it shows up. This is going to be the type of exercise we're doing. Now I'm going to take a rounded square here under shapes, and I'm going to change that to white, and I'm going to put it into this second line here. We'll zoom in a bit, just get it the right kind of height in the middle. We'll bring it over, bring it out, and then we want to change the corners, so we'll go to the corners up here and take that down to about here, 14 I've got it at. Then over here we're going to have another square, so we'll go to elements and under shapes we'll get a square. This one I'm going to give a lighter yellow color. I'm going to put it in next to this one, and we'll make it smaller, and we'll give it a border of about 6. Now I'm going to click on this one and duplicate, and we'll go to the 3 dots and go to position, and we can see that the height is 80.4, and so I want the width to be 80.4 as well, so that it's a square. Now I'm going to change the inner color to white, and I'm going to duplicate this 4 more times, and then I'm going to line these in here. And so with these I'm going to take this one right to the edge here, so we've got the same amount of space between this and the edge as we have between this and this box here. So now we can click on this first one and hold down shift and click on the other ones so they're all selected. Then go to the 3 dots here and go down to space evenly and click horizontally, and now we've got even spacing between these shapes. I'm going to put some words in now, so we can go up here to cardio, click on that and duplicate it, so we're using the same text. Going to make it a little bit smaller, and for this one I'm going to type in exercise, and we'll just place that so it's at the center of this white box here. Then we can duplicate that, take it over to this yellow box, and above here I'm going to write target and just put that at the center of the yellow box and aligned with exercise. We'll duplicate again, and this time I'm just going to write an M, and this is for Monday, so we'll put that over the top of the first box here, and then we can duplicate put the next one over this box in the middle, and then we can duplicate 3 more times, and then we can change these to the days of the week. So what we have here is a section on cardio exercises. In this white box here, we'll put an exercise. In this box, you can put the target that you want to achieve from that exercise, whether it's a certain amount of reps or a certain distance you're going to go. And then you just simply have to tick the box Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to say whether you achieved that goal or not. And of course, you can add in Saturday and Sunday depending on what your regime might be. So I'm going to click on this one here, hold down Shift and click on the others. And then I'll duplicate, place another one there and duplicate a couple more times. And then I'm just going to add in some example exercise names. So I'll go to text, add a little bit of body text, and then we will give it some sizing like this. I'm going to change the font to Alex Brush, and then we'll change the color of the text to darker grey perhaps. And then you can type in some exercises under that heading. The idea, of course, is that you'll be writing these in with a pen after you've printed off the form, but this just gives it a bit of an example of what it might look like. So now we've created this first section here for cardio exercises. I'm going to make 3 more copies of this. So select everything, group, just to make it a bit easier, and then duplicate 3 times. And then these ones we can add in underneath the first. And again, we can click on one, hold down Shift and click on all 4. And then go to the 3 dots, space evenly vertically. So we've got equal amount of space for each one. And then we're going to do some color changing now. So we're going to change this to blue, green and yellow. And for each of those colors, for example, you have a dark blue and a lighter blue color. So you have to click and ungroup them so that you can get to each shape on its own. So we'll click on this. But you can hold down Shift and click on all of the dark red objects. And then go to the color here. Change it to a blue color. And go to the color wheel and just make it a bit brighter. Want to put in more blue. About here. And then on the other ones here, click on that. And click on the lighter colors. First of all, click on the darker blue color again, but go to the color wheel and just make it a bit lighter. And so you've got the dark and light alternating one from the other. This next one is going to be strength. And again, I'm going to put in some example strength exercises here. So we've got squats, push-ups, lunges, dumbbell rolls. And then I'm going to do exactly the same process with the other 2. We're going to have mobility and we're going to have core as the titles of the next 2. And then we'll just make sure that we put in some exercises as well. So now we have our core exercises, we have our mobility, we have strength, and we have cardio. Of course, these are just example exercises. You can put your own ones in. You can decide your target for the week and you can tick the days that you've achieved that target on. So then we've got some more space here. So I'm going to add just a little graphic, go to elements, and I'm going to go back, go to graphics, and type in group of people running, silhouette. And then I'm going to add in color. And I'll go for this one here. And you could leave this as it is if you want to, or you could click on the colors like this green one here and you could go to the colour wheel, go to the colour picker and choose one of the green colours you've used, and you could try that with other ones as well. And then we'll just resize this so it fits in down the bottom here. And now we've got this space here which we're going to use to create a notes section. So I'll go to Elements, go back, go to Shapes, get a square, and we'll align a square with this photo that we've just put at the bottom. Go to the colour here and say no colour, go to the stroke style and click on the line and just give it a border of 1. Click on Cardio and ungroup, click on the text and duplicate, put that at the top, and we'll type in notes. Then we can go back to Shapes, click on Line, and we'll take a line and we'll put some lines to write on. If we zoom in, and again duplicate, and duplicate some more. Now we'll just click on this box and move it to a side for the moment, and then just zoom out, draw a box to select all of the lines, go to transparency and take this down to about 35, and it just makes the note lines less obvious, and then you can put the box back over the top. Now up the top here we can take the cardio again, duplicate that, and we'll make some big text for a title which can be weekly workout. Pull it out so it's all on one line, and then just make it smaller and just align it with the boxes that you've got. Now you can either leave this as a black title or you could give it alternating colours like the ones we've got here. Just click on the text, click on the W, change that to your red colour. The next one can be blue, the next one can be green, the next one can be yellow, and on like that until you get to the end. And there you have your completed weekly workout sheet. I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you today. Please do subscribe to the channel to learn more about Canva.